Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the 25th IPRA Thought Leadership webinar. Today's webinar is called The Weixin Story, PR's Contribution to CSR. We've invited along a team from Tencent, which is the parent company of Weixin in China, because they were the winners of the Grand Prix at last year's Golden World Awards for Excellence in Public Relations. They were talking a little bit about that winning entry, but in the grander context of CSR. There will be a Q&A in about 40 minutes time at the end of the session. You can put questions at any time if you like in writing using the Q&A tab, and I will be moderating that when we come around to that part of the session. So let me now welcome Zoe Chow, who is who's the main speaker today, and also her colleagues, Sophia Liu and Yi Luan, who will be helping out in the Q&A later. So Zoe is Dean of the Weixin Strategic Research Institute and also Head of PR at Weixin. And she's one of the pioneers of China's internet communications, having been a guest lecturer also at the School of Journalism and Communication at Tsinghua University and the School of Journalism at Fudan University. And she's also been a judge of a number of international marketing awards. So Zoe, you're very welcome, and we look forward to hearing from you. I'm going to pop off the screen now and leave it to you for the next 40 minutes or so. Zoe.
Okay, thank you, Philip. And hi, everyone. I'm Zoe from Weixin Tencent. So first of all, please allow me to express our sincere appreciation to IPRA for organizing this webinar. It's really my pleasure to have this opportunity to have an exchange of ideas with PR professionals from across the globe. Okay, my topic today is how public relations can help CSR. And we will look at some cases in Weixin. Probably you are more familiar with WeChat, the international version of Weixin. But both Weixin and WeChat are communication and social apps of Tencent. The number of combined monthly active users of Weixin and WeChat has reached more than 1.3 billion. So, in some media reports, Weixin is called as an all-in-one super app. It's all-in-one and it's super. This is true to some extent because with Weixin, we can talk with families and friends, share updates, pictures, and videos on moments, make mobile payment, read article, and get information on public accounts, watch or post videos on channels. Of course, there are mini program, search, and other great features so handy to make life easier. For many people in China, Weixin is more than an app and it's more like a lifestyle. So, Weixin seems like an ever growing platform, connecting more and more things as it develops. Meanwhile, Weixin has actively embraced the CSR through the products and technologies and in an innovative and sustainable way. So in this process, our Weixin PR team also started from scratch and went through multiple cycle of growth and in, um, iteration, constantly exploring the role and the value of PR in the company's social value exploration. So today I will focus on three stories to share some of our thoughts. So first of all, we have a culture in Weixin called 1110. Uh, During the early stage of product design, Weixin founder Alan Zhang asked every product manager to read and answer 1,000 user feedbacks from various forums and also follow 100 user blogs and make a survey of 10 users per month. This has helped everyone in Weixin develop a mindset to think more about users. We tell ourselves to listen, to watch, to think, to act and see how together we can make something great happen, and so discover the power of connection. So, the first story I want to share with you is about a noodle restaurant in Hangzhou. Someone in difficulties can always walk in the restaurant and get a free bowl of noodle simply by saying, "Hey, can I have the number one set on the meal, on the menu?" So then the noodle served and no question asked. This is the Chinese version of suspended meal. You may hear about this. You may hear about this concept of suspended coffee in many places. Basically, you pay in advance for a cup of coffee, and someone needy will take it because of your kindness. So our team member happened to come across the story of this unconventional restaurant and were inspired by its kindness. They then started to think about how to promote this idea to cyberspace so that more people could easily get involved and provide help to those in need or express thankfulness to those who make the world a better place. So perhaps the digital technology can make it happen. So that's what we thought. So during the COVID, actually many people stay at home to reduce the risk of being infected with the virus. However, there were certain groups of people who continued to work outside, such as healthcare workers, delivery personnel, and sanitation workers. The sanitation workers, in particularly, played a crucial role in keeping the city clean and safe during the pandemic. But their hard work was less shed light on, so our team tried to find a practical solution to connect the community and express our appreciation. So in 2021, Weixin Pay piloted the Love Mail program in Shenzhen, where Tencent was founded and which is one of China's largest cities. It gave sanitation workers an opportunity to enjoy a meal by spending just one fun. One fun means 1/100th of 1 yuan, worth less than 1 cent. So they can choose to have a meal from any or more than 1,000 partner restaurants, almost free. By the way, the almost free redemption policy was also carefully designed by our team. As we know, in most Chinese restaurants, when you order, you usually will use your WeChat to scan a QR code. Then the price of 1 cent enable sanitation workers to still make a payment even when they are having the donated love meal. Besides the cashier, no one else know whether this meal is donated or self-paid, so which protects the dignity of the sanitation workers. This is very different from donating money directly to those people, which one maybe also very nice, but Weixin Pay by integrating digital technology enables precise connection between sanitation workers, charity partners, and individual helpers while allowing professionals to focus on what they do best. People make a donation, the restaurant provide discounts, and sanitation workers get free meals. So our platform make the connection. in this digital transformation of CSR, scanning is also connecting and the transaction transfers kindness effectively and efficiently. That's the power of connection. So maybe here, can I have Philip to play a video for me first? It's a video about the love mail. Thank you. Philip?
So that video is just loading now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's buffering a little bit because it's maybe quite a high quality movie, but we should see that going live very soon. And I sounds very interested to hear about this 1110 thing you did earlier. I'll be asking you a little question about that. I think that's a great thing for any organization to do, to ask its staff to be fully involved in what they do there. So our video is still loading, taking a bit longer than.
Oh, it's fine. Maybe I can continue first.
Hmm?
When I finish this part, then you do the video play as well.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, on October of 2021, we launched this Love Meal program, connected more than 1,000 restaurants. The PR team work with all the stakeholders, including charity bodies, companies that hire those sanitation workers, restaurants, and our technical team as well. We also uh, invited YouTubers to participate in this program, and these efforts earned extensive media report and become a trending topic in Xinlang Weibo, the Chinese counterpart of Twitter. So the program moves on as of March 2023. The program has provided more than 870,000 meals in partnership with 25 brands and 10,000 restaurants. This included the join of international brands such as Burger King, McDonald's, KFC. So this year we plan to expand the program in more cities and make it a good example of giving back to the society. So based on the function of Weixin and our brand value, the PR team has helped the Love Mail programs grow very quickly and they reached a large community in a short time, constantly expand our network of partners and also maximize the media exposure creatively. So, is the video ready?
I'm afraid not. No, it's still loading, which
Oh,
is strange. So keep going. I think what might happen is it will suddenly flash on screen. I think perhaps when it's finished.
okay, sure.
So do carry on.
Okay, let's continue to the second story. So, our second story took place on the Africa in Botswana, a country more well known for its diamond production than agriculture. A fifth grader, uh, a fifth grader found that sometimes tomato sold in the local market were green, and he thought perhaps they were harvested too early. And he wanted to help local farmers to gain knowledge of agriculture and vegetable growing. So, with the help of this teacher, he developed a Weixin mini program, a kind of lightweight platform that runs within the Weixin apps that doesn't need to be downloaded or installed to be used. And he hoped this mini program can help those farmers know when their crops will be ripe, and this will also help reduce waste. But this idea was an entry to the international division of the Young AI programming competition we organized in 2022. It represented a new way of the PR team to work with technical team to protect teenagers while they enjoy the benefits of digital technology and build a stronger brand awareness as a responsible tech product. As you know, it's a worldwide issue that young people can easily become addicted to the internet. And tech companies are often urged to help address the issue and sometimes blame for not doing enough. So in 2021, China issued measures to strengthen administration in order to prevent minors from gaming addiction. In response, Weixin introduced the perennial January, uh, the mood for the kids. In the same time, we explored more efforts to have the teenagers grow up in a healthy online environment. I believe that the practice of public relation is to improve communication rather than uh, dodge from a problem or persuade the public not to talk about it. PR actually is the art of dredging, not blogging. So, as a technology enterprise, Tencent takes tech for good as its mission. Tencent has used the advantage of its products and technology to help young people. Sophia, next page, please. Sophia, next page.
Yes, this is a page of tech for good. You see?
Okay.
Mm.
So the Tencent has used the advantage of its products and technology to help young people to improve their knowledge, skills, innovations, and problem-solving abilities. We also help teens to expand their horizons and show their future careers opportunities. So, one such effort is to promote programming education through the Weixin ecosystem. Uh, Compared with other language, the Weixin mini program is easy to learn and it's also an original creation by Chinese developer. So as a result, we have cooperated with government departments, schools, and all those concerned about the education and well-being of children to provide programming courses and hold competitions. The contest has attracted candidates from global, from China and foreign countries like Canada, UK, Spain, Finland. Based on the Weixin ecosystem, these entries were intended to solve various practical problems that children find in their daily life or learning. Many of the workers were very creative, and we also felt the vigorous innovation and learning ability of our teenagers. So the second story, the third story is about New Year celebration in China. You may know that the Spring Festival, the Chinese very traditional New Year in lunar calendar, is the most important festival for the Chinese people. And many families choose to watch the CCTV gala together, which is almost like a routine. In comparison, the celebration of January 1st is relatively low-key. However, in the past 3 years, tens of millions of Chinese spend the festival on Weixin channels, short video and the streaming platform within Weixin. This has become a new trend or a new ritual welcomed by numerous Chinese people. So actually, we will have another video for this program. I don't know if it is okay.
Okay, I'm just trying that video now, and let's see if we get more luck with that one.
Okay, thank you, Philip.
So it's also loading, but it has been loaded up to their server, so it should be just getting there. No, it's doing the same thing as the last one, I'm afraid. So we might have to forego our opportunities to have
Still
these.
loading.
Yeah, still loading. It's behaving like the other one. It is taking just too long to do anything. So there must be a technical
Okay,
problem with
Sophia, can
the
you do the video?
platform.
Actually, I have the video in my computer, but I don't know if it's feasible from my.
No, alas, it's not. It has to be uploaded to the AirMeet platform in advance, which we've done, which is and that is intended to mean that they work straight away. But alas, it's not doing. So I'm going to stop it loading now, and I'm afraid we're going to have to do without those videos. So Zoe, please continue.
Okay. Maybe today we will have a lot of time for the QA. It's fine. Okay, so it's this problem called sunrise chaser. So the Sunrise Chaser is a very special program that the Weixin PR team has created for the New Year celebration, which has been running for 3 years now. Although Weixin has a history of 12 years, but the channels is a rather new feature, launched only in 2021 and still in its early stage. Meanwhile, there are other big video platform in the market. So we face the challenge of getting more people to understand Weixin channels, use it, watch live streaming on it, and find a business model that is suitable for the Weixin ecosystem. The past 3 years have been an extraordinary time, as you know. We all remember the uncertainties and the stress brought by the pandemic. We all know how hard it was. So meanwhile, we wanted to help the public find some relaxations and stay hopefully in facing the challenges. The first ray of sunrise on New Year's Day is often a beautiful moment we enjoy, and it boosts our mood. So we just had this sunrise chaser program, and we invited people from the world to broadcast the moment of sunrise live on the first day of the new year. This is one of innovative way, and it spreads the positive message. So from 2021 to 2023, we have been run this program for 3 years. The average length of the live stream is about 20 hours long live streaming. We have worked with many media outlets to show when the sun appears in the sky, a way to celebrate the arrival of the new year. This program often features the top positive news of the year and resonates closely with the public. So with these efforts, we hope our live streaming can improve the outreach and influence. The topics we covered, including revisiting heroes in COVID, supporting charity innovation, innovative through the life in commerce and raise donations to rural villages. So in the third session of the Sunrise Chaser, we collaborated with CCTV. As you know, that's the China's largest and most important media outlet to feature the sunrise view from space, beautiful concert at the seaside, and other uplifting activities, including aurora watching in Sweden and wildlife observation in Kenya. During the process, the project has refreshed the platform's data every year and has even set benchmark for the products, pushing in the iteration of product capabilities. From these three stories, you can see that we are always on the road to discover more, to do more. A really exciting journey. I always believe that PR is not just a position to meet the communication needs of a product or a company as it grows. PR is actually a way of thinking and strategic vision. So working in this field, we need to have a keen sense of product, have a keen sense of the company, the society development, even the world. So therefore, PR should be a strategic partner of the business and should be approached from higher level. So it's true that public relations can play a very diverse role in CSR. Today, I only just briefly introduce some of our public welfare initiatives. I look forward to the opportunity can communicate face-to-face with all of you and welcome everyone to exchange ideas with us. So that's all for the for today. So do we have any chance
Lovely.
to check the video?
So, Zoe, thank you very much for that. Let's just try one thing. Sophie, if you could stop sharing screens so we no longer see the PDF presentation. I'll make one more. I'll make one more try to show those videos. I'm going to try Love Meal first. And it's
Wow, great.
Oh, great.
oh, there we go. It's
Shenzhen,
Ah,
a fast-growing megacity in southern China, is home to more than 17 million people in a vast area of 1,997 square kilometers. Shenzhen is dynamic, vibrant, open, and inclusive. Essential to keeping the city running are nearly 60,000 sanitation workers, men and women, young and old, mostly from underdeveloped regions. Some charity programs are supporting the community, but such services usually stand alone, temporary, and localized. Widespread needs are still waiting to be met. 60,000 sanitation workers, thousands of restaurants, and millions of good-hearted think of the practical operational difficulties, such as management, payment settlement, staff training, food varieties, and personal choices.
早晨10点半到11点半吃中午饭，12点半到下午5点半。
像夏天还可以，冬天的话我们就完全就是吃凉的。
说老实话，抢不少别人不会进入餐厅来吃嘛。
Weixin has a solution, and it works. In China, it's already part of life to scan a QR code in a restaurant order, to order and make payments all through Weixin. The Weixin mini program-based Love Meal program launched on October 26, 2021, attracted 1,000 restaurants owned by dozens of food chains, inviting 60,000 sanitation workers to enjoy one meal a week for just one film, equal to 1/100th of a yuan. Diners can help make change happen. Choose to donate 1 yuan through the mini program's One to All feature, allowing everyone to give a treat to essential service workers. The digital transformation links stakeholders all in one platform. It builds trust, facilitates contact, improves efficiency, and ensures operation transparency. By April 2022, the program delivered 210,000 dishes, received donation from 150,000 people, and had 26,000 partnership restaurants.
哎，你好，我有那个爱心餐。
28年了，就是港州华味，从来没有享受这个待遇。
然后他会觉得在我们门店里面用，他都会有点不好意思。
I was surprised to find out that all 60,000 workers here in Shenzhen are enrolled in a WeChat scheme that allows them to get one meal each and every week for 1 cent.
The program has received overwhelmingly positive feedback from both traditional and digital media at home and abroad. Weixin Love Meal is now a long-term, sustainable model. After its success in Shenzhen, the program will be rolled out in more cities. Weixin is not just an app to facilitate daily life. We make tech for social good possible. We can do more, and so can you.
Well, I must say, in my time zone at the moment, it's lunchtime, so I'm now feeling very hungry, having seen that that particular video. And just as a reminder, that was the first video that we wanted to show for the part 1 of Zoe's presentation, and that was relating also to the program that won the IPRA Grand Prix last year. And I'm now going to try and show us the second video, which is the light chaser. This was the second part of the presentation from Zoe. And if this works also, this was quite a splendid video, I recall. So that's just...
2021 was an extraordinary year. Amid a cold pandemic, it was not only the dazzling sun that warmed us, but also countless shining people and experiences as 2022 is ushered in. What can we do to spread this warmth? During the last night of 2021, Light Chasers 2022, Weixin Channel's 24-hour global live stream account, saw the light of day. This romantic and grand ceremony is to bid farewell to the old and usher in the new. For 24 hours without interruption, more than 30 media and creators from all over the world became the Light Chasers. Starting from a coastal island in eastern China, they greeted the first gleam of sunshine of the new year from 60 landmarks around the world. They even witnessed the cosmic romance of welcoming the new year from the Chinese space station. Engraved in history, these heartwarming stories brought forth the memories of tens of thousands of users and netizens. Light Chasers 2022, Weixin Channel's live stream received more than 300,000 New Year's wishes and 9.88 million likes. Over 10 million people watched the live stream, with more than 190 million minutes of footage. A spectacular union of nature and culture in the digital age employs the power of technology to perpetuate warmth.
Lovely. So that was the second video about Light Chaser. And let me just pop my...
Oh, I saw a question.
See me there and hear me. And so now's the time to put questions into the Q&A tab. That's to the top or left of the icon that's just there. And let me just kick off with a question of my own, if I may. You mentioned this process of 1,000 to 100 to 10. In which you ask your staff to be looking and to start off reading 1,000 blogs and then going into into greater detail. Can I ask, what was a time scale for that? How long did people spend reading 1,000 blogs and sifting through them and doing that?
Per month.
4 months, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Alan asked every product manager to do this role actually per month. But this lasts about maybe 2 years at the very beginning of the product.
Lovely. I think that looks excellent. So we have a question from Anka Anton, who's a senior lecturer. He said, thank you very much for the insights. It's always fascinating to see different stories that you shared with us. Anka is asking a little about how the communication function is organized in the company. Do you have a single public relations department, or do you have different aspects of communications in different ways in the organization?
Okay. Sorry, because I have more than 6 years never speak English, so maybe I will to answer this question in Chinese. Then my colleague will translate for me. Okay?
Of course, that's perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Yep.
Okay. 他是问说能否和我们分享公司内部是如何组织交流的，是吗？是否有一个或者多个部门公关的作用是什么 ？OK，在微信的话是这样子的，PR 呢会非常高频次的跟所有的业务部门去做日常的一些沟通，不管是新的版本的发布，还是日常的一些危机的这个产生特别是一些重要的战略的发布之前，都会 involve PR 去来参与到这个当中。你可以先说一下。
Okay, so in WeChat, in Weixin, PR always keep a very high frequency communication with the with other department, including product department. So no matter is new version of the products releasing, like before we released the new version of a product or before or about the PR crisis, we always have the pre-communication, and we communicate daily with them.
然后像之前伦敦商学院曾经采访过微信的 team 当时那篇论文就是讲的是关于微信这个团队如何高效的去运作。那在那篇文章当中，其实就有提到说，微信非常崇尚一个原则，就是坚持小团队的这个原则。那最开始微信的4到5年这么庞大的这个超过10亿的用户的一个团队，这样的一个产品背后的团队，其实是不超过2000人的这样的一个团队。那我们公司内部的一些运作，更多的是讲究快速沟通、快速迭代这样的一个原则。那公关在这个当中会参与到非常多的一些讨论，甚至于决策当中去。那我们在当中最重要的一些工作，我们几乎不去做任何的新版本的发布的宣传。那在前期的话，可能会做一些危机会比较多。那后面的话会参与到各个模块的一些战略的发布的一些讨论当中去包括说我们在中国，我们建立了一个类似于像 I/O 大会和 WWDC 大会这样子的属于中国互联网风向标的一个互联网大会，就是微信的公开课。那我们每年会把非常重要的信息通过这样一个平台向外界去做一些释放那当然 CSR 也是我们现阶段非常重要的工作。很长。
maybe speaking slower next time. Okay. So London Business School actually had interviewed the Vision team a few years ago. it focused on how the Weixin team operates. So if you are looking for like more details, you can just search for that article. And it also mentioned that one of Weixin's principle is to keep the team really small. So at the beginning, we have more than 1 billion users, but the Weixin team behind it was actually less than 2,000 people. It's actually we emphasize fast communication and interpersonal interaction within our community, and PR participates in most of the discussion and decision-making sessions. And also in Weixin, we hardly ever do promotions for the new version releases, but we will prepare for the press management beforehand all the time. And also later on, PR will participate in strategic release discussions for various modules of our products. And also we have also established a event called Weixin Open Class Pro. We do that every year. You can also search that on Weixin or Tencent's website. It's similar to the IO conference or WWA conference. It's one of the Weixin Open Class Pro is one of the most important event in China for the internet field.
Splendid. Thank you very much for that. We have a question from Delphina, who's working for a PR agency in Accra in Ghana, in Africa. And I think she's referring to the Love Meal program. And we saw within the program explanation a lot of the activity that was on the app. And Delphina is asking, what was the role of the media in this program? So this is, other media outside of your own app.
其实对于以前来说，不光是对于微信，对于可能很多公司来说，媒体是一个非常重要的角色，因为公司和 PR 需要通过媒体去向外界做很多的沟通。但是我觉得在微信出来之后，整个传播的方式发生了非常重要的变化。因为微信本身就是一个去中心化的一个平台，那在这个平台上出现了非常多的自媒体，那给很多的传统媒体带来了非常多的挑战。大家现在在中国，有非常多的企业会更多的通过微信上的这些自媒体去发布一些信息，那这个是一个大的环境的变化。那在我刚才提到的这些项目当中，对于微信来说，媒体的角色可能并不是非常前置性的这种重要角色。我们很多项目更多的是从项目本身的一些话题和故事的去设计那么它本身自然而然就会带有一定的吸引力和热度。那媒体的话，仅仅只是作为一个渠道，我们几乎不会大规模的，或者说花非常多的钱去做这种媒体渠道的采购那更多的还是依靠我们在项目当中设计的一些故事和吸引的点去做这种传播的铺垫。当然了，这个微信在中国本身它确实就是一个非常有话题性的一个产品。
Okay, let me try it. In the past, media always play a very important role for many companies as a bridge to communicate with the public. However, after Weixin came out, there were many changes in the way how information is is passed through to the public, because Weixin is one of the decentralized platform, and many self media and KOLs have emerged on our platform. This also brought challenges to traditional media. And also, many companies will release information through self media on Weixin platform. So this is a big change in the overall online environment in China. So with that being said, for Weixin PR, media is not a prerequisite role. So we actually design many topics in advance before the event happen. So which are self-explanatory and also inherent communicatability. So media is just a channel, and for Weixin, we generally don't spend much money on media or like KOL or like media buy. We mostly just because the topic themselves are interesting and intriguing enough, so we depends more on spontaneous like communication by the public and media. And also Weixin Weixin is quite popular in China, so so once we have some updates, there will be people like follow this topic.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I think actually that's the trend you mentioned in China is reflected very much elsewhere now, all over the world. You see, I think, increasing surveys of young people when they say, "Well, how do you access your news these days?" You know, and the answer is always social media. They're following perhaps their favorite media, but via social media, they're not actually going directly to the website or even buying the newspaper that used to be there. So I think what you're reflecting is very much what we see elsewhere. There's a bit of housekeeping which Anka has also asked, and so you mentioned in the answer to your last question an article about the program. He's asking if there's a link to that. If you've got that to hand now, you could pop that into the chat function here. If not, send it to me, and then Anka, I ask you then to contact me, and I will get that link to you after the event here. So I think we have time just for one final question. And Zoe, you mentioned in your presentation CSR projects in China, the Love Meal program, and also Africa about the farmers and growing tomatoes or so. Are you active in all regions in the world with quite this level of engagement, or are some areas outside of China ones where you're more active, such as Africa? So, what other regions are you actively involved in CSR type projects?
刚才是说就是我们是不是会去做全球项目是吧？
对，在全球是否有侧重，除了中国和全球的以外
OK 好，
各个地区。
我们全球的传播的话，应该是这么说，就是有中国人的地方，我们就会去做传播啊。那因为也要主要是看说，现在微信的海外策略还是针对在海外的华人去提供服务啊，并不是说去做这个产品本身的一个本地化啊。那这个就要看说，另外呢，就是也是看微信这个产品。它的海外用户相对比较集中的地方在哪里？那目前，我们主要的市场主要还是在美国东南亚就是北美、东南亚为主。那东南亚是最重要的这个市场，主要是因为除了 CSR 的项目之外，我们会有非常多的商业的宣传在东南亚，因为东南亚是华人出去旅行 非常热门的目的地。那我们的微信支付，我们的小程序在东南亚的应用跟商家这一块的应用，让出国的华人更便利的在国外也能够享受到在国内的服务。那这个是我们目前在海外的非常重要的一些商业化的项目。那关于 CSR 项目的话，除了我刚才提到的这些之外，之前我们也曾经做过动物保护类的，在非洲因为很早的时候会有一些这个象牙的非法买卖在微信的这个生态里面，那中国政府也是就是跟非洲一起就是去打击这样子的这个行为，那也在这个上面去破获了非常多的一些非法盗猎的这个案件。那我们那个时候就是也是推出了一个叫企鹅爱地球的一个关于动物保护的 CSR 项目，当时也是有一部分的落地是放在了非洲，让国内的用户和媒体看到就是象牙盗猎的背后的一些非常触目惊心的一些故事和画面以此来呼吁大家不要在这个平台上去做这些非法的购买大概是这样子一个情况。
Okay, so we do global communication because Weixin is a worldwide product, and there are many Chinese people all over the world. So basically, wherever there are Chinese people, we do the Weixin PR communication there. So the strategy you're asking, it depends on Weixin's and WeChat's overseas strategy, or like where we provide those service for overseas Chinese. It's not more about how to do localization for the product itself. It's more about where is the most popular place for people to use Weixin, which means like which area has the most like Chinese population locally. So the answer to that is United States and Southeast Asia. So there, besides the CSR communication, there's also a lot of business PR communication happen in Southeast Asia because it's a very popular travel destination. So Weixin and Weixin's functions like WeChat Pay can make it easier for Chinese overseas or like local Chinese to travel across Southeast Asia. And it kind of like you can experience what you experience in China while you are outside China. So Weixin makes your travel experience very smoothly. So for CSR projects, beside what we mentioned today, we actually did another project in Africa. It's about illegal elephant aviary. Is that aviary?
Yes.
Yeah, aviary. We did a CSR about the illegal aviary trade happen in Africa because we noticed that some so at that time the Chinese government and the government in Africa have collaborated together to reject those illegal trade. So to help with that action, in 2015, we launched a program called Penguin Loves Earth, penguin is the logo of Tencent, our parent company. So in the media, you can see some of the pictures and the condition, like what was happening in Africa about the average trade. So we help on that. We help broadcasting and communicate on that. So to help raise the awareness to protect wild animals and protect the planet.
Splendid. Thank you very much for that. I think we've come to the end of our presentation for today. It strikes me that last example of the anti-poaching of ivory would be a perfect entry for the Golden World Awards for this year. So please do think about that. Anyway, let me thank very much all of you from the public relations team, Zoe for the presentation, Sophia for fielding some simultaneous translation. I've done that in the past and I know how difficult it is, and E also for helping out with the whole preparation of today's webinar. So thank you all very much. There will be a recording of this up on the IPRA website on our events page in a couple of days. And to the audience listening and watching today, I look forward to seeing you again for our April webinar, which is concerning climate change and case studies relating to climate change. So once again, thank you all very much, and good night, good afternoon, good morning to you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Philip.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.